Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I'm the Crazy Flippin' Mom, and today we're going to talk about getting approved to sell on Walmart along with first steps after getting approved. Let's get into it. I'm going to wait for my dog. Before we jump into what you need before you start the application process, I do want to say if you already sell on Walmart, or you already sell on Amazon, it looks a little bit different from Walmart. And if you're new to this space altogether, I want to explain a couple little things. On Amazon, it's pretty easy to get approved to sell over there. You just need to submit like your government ID. They'll even take birth certificate, things like that. And then there's a quick application process where they're verifying you are who you say you are and your ID matches the information that you've basically submitted. But then once you get approved, the real work starts on Amazon. You have to go through a whole Ungate process to be able to sell in the categories and brands. So Amazon, easy to get in, but then the real work starts. Walmart is reverse. On Walmart, it's a little bit more difficult to get approved to become a seller, but then once you're approved, they don't have the same strict gating guidelines protocols. So you can basically sell, create listings, anything you want over there. Now that doesn't mean anything you want. They have brands you can't sell. They have categories you have to get ungated in and so on, but pretty much the whole catalog is accessible. Before you start the application process, basically Walmart is looking for seasoned established sellers. When you submit your information, you just basically need to make sure you're submitting the information to put your best foot forward to getting approved. Now, when you go to the Walmart website for the application, here are the basic things they say you need to have before you start the application. Business tax ID, your social security number will not work, or a business license number, supporting documents that verify your business name and address, history of marketplace or e-commerce success. There's a couple other things, but I think those three things are the most important. The other three things on the list really apply to if you have your own product, like in private label, but the first three things are gonna apply to most online and retail arbitrage sellers. I wish in all of this, when we talk about ungating, when we talk about getting approved on Walmart, there's not a very clear road. It's to like the steps 1, 2, 3, now you're ungated. It's trial and error. It's figuring it out. For instance, I have helped tons of people get approved in our community, and I have seen some definite trends that can hurt the application process or help you get approved. Like I said before, they're looking for established sellers. So applying in your name and just submitting your social security like you would on Amazon is not gonna work right here. I thought at the beginning you really needed at least an LLC and a business EIN, but I have had people get approved without the LLC, but that you do have to have a business EIN for the application to be approved, like for sure. I think the other big issue is they submit information that does not match. So Walmart will check. So all the information you're submitting really does need to match what you submitted with your state, and that, like your address, your name, it needs to match up. So when you go through the process, you don't have to keep going through the process for just ridiculous things like the information not matching. The other thing that is on the website is history of marketplace e-commerce success. Now, they want you to attach your Amazon storefront or any storefront you have to show that you are an established seller. This is as easy as going onto your Amazon storefront and grabbing the URL and including it in your application. And I've had people attach even their eBay store, and that has worked out well too, which is really surprising to me, honestly. And I've had people mention the Etsy store, but I don't know the success rate on it attaching an Etsy store to see if that would work as well. But those three things, an EIN, making sure all of your information matches to what you've submitted with your state, and attaching a storefront, those are the main points here that you need to include in your application. The good and the bad of it is it can be difficult to get approved. You can get denied over and over, and then like your fifth try get approved. And did you change any information? No, it's just probably you changed the person you were submitting it to who was reviewing your application. But at least having those pieces of information ready to go before you start is going to ensure that you're moving forward on the right path. Now, if you do get declined, which happens, don't worry about it, resubmit, close out the first case, resubmit, and if you keep getting declined, I would open a case and try to talk to somebody directly. Somebody I had just get approved, they were denied 5 times before they were approved. And really their information didn't change at all. It was just, I don't know if they're having employees, like somebody in the office is approving, or if it's just some sort of computer system. But yeah, after the 5th time they were approved and ready to go, and it was seemingly just some sort of glitch. They kept getting hooked up on their information. And so don't give up if you get declined the first time. Like I said, there is not this ungate process, but you will come across brands like Squish and Lego that you cannot sell on Walmart. Now, how do you get ungated? That's a great question, and I wish I could give you like a 3-point step what you do on Amazon to get ungated. And if you're new to selling, it just means most platforms like Amazon and Walmart will restrict you to make sure you meet their selling standards, and then you can get approved. Like you submit an invoice and they'll approve you to sell that brand or in that category. And it's fairly easy, but on Amazon, it's super easy because they give you the 1, 2, 3 steps. You just have to submit the invoice and then they'll ungate you. On Walmart, they seemingly have an ungate process, but they're not coming out and sharing, like, here's how you get ungated. They're just saying, hey, you can't sell, you do not have brand approval for Lego. What has worked, and I wish I could tell you an exact number here, but submitting receipts and submitting your storefront, your Amazon storefront. So if you're trying to get Lego, submit your Lego receipts for the past 60 days and attach your Amazon storefront. That's also going to help you get approved too. Submit the case that you are a Lego seller on another platform, and that has helped. Now, again, if you get declined the first time, try again, talk to them directly and see exactly what they're looking for or what the holdup could be that they are declining you. But as of the mid-April 2024, there is not an ungate process. It's mainly just submitting the information you have for this specific brand you want to be ungated in. Now, for me and my selling, I am not married to any product I sell. I move through products very quickly, and I'm testing a lot of products. So if I do come across one item that I'm gated, or there's an error with hazmat or condition, whatever it is, I tend to move on pretty quickly because I'm selling the same things between Amazon and Walmart. So I'm honestly not something I've gone to in the deep end of trying to work with Walmart. If they decline me, I just move on very quickly. I think this is the beauty of community, is we can share, here's what's helped me, here's what's worked for me, and hopefully get like the crowdfunding and crowd support of figuring out the Walmart platform and sharing the successful tips and whatever else we've learned on it. The other interesting thing, the difference between Amazon and Walmart, Amazon is all housed on the platform. Everything you need. You could get funding, your payments are there, the shipping is there. Everything happens within Seller Central. Walmart so far has not been that case. I'm sure at some point it will be, but as of right now, at one point you couldn't even buy shipping through Walmart. You also had to use a third-party site. They now have opened the option to buy labels through Walmart. I choose not to do that because they tend to be more expensive. Now, I did see on their website, April 15th to May 14th, it's 20% off ship labels with Walmart. So that's interesting. They are trying to get people to use their services, but it seems to be very bulky, take a lot of time, and is like $1 to $2 more than if I buy my labels through ShipStation. So it's usually why I don't do that. Getting back on track though, when you get approved, the next step is to hook up a payment processor. So basically your funds will be available in Walmart, and then you hook up a payment processor that processes the payment to your bank account. So you have 2 options here. You have Payoneer or you have Hyperwallet. Fun fact, when we signed up with Walmart years ago, we hooked up Hyperwallet because it seemed like the one they were pushing us to do. It was like, okay, we'll sign up with it. And it was terrible. It was terrible. We hated it. And like, you had to Google Hyperwallet sign in to find a login page. It was just ridiculous. They had no information available. It was difficult to get it. It was very basic. So we switched over to Payoneer. Payoneer is a good option, and so far so good. We've had absolutely no issues. And Payoneer is a better option if you are looking for funding or lending, anything like that to scale your store. They're going to have the options for you, whereas Hyperwallet does not have any of that. You get approved, you hook up your payment processor, and that's like the first couple steps. You are ready to go. Now, usually they'll approve you, but then you have to go into your Walmart account and verify your personal information, your tax information, hook up a credit card for payments, all that good stuff. And if you do find you're in and you can't list, you're not moving forward, I bet you there's something wrong with either payments, credit card, or your tax ID. This is also when you can come in and add like we have a business line hooked up to my Walmart store. So that's, once you get approved, you can come in and add a business line. You can add shipping addresses, your return shipping addresses, update any information and all that good stuff. So like I said, I'm sure in the next several months, hopefully not as much as a year, but they will refine this process a little bit more and give sellers the information, like exactly what they're looking for instance, when you're trying to ungate. But right now, this is kind of what's working for us. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.